Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to another video here on the Sam Cooks Kindness YouTube channel. I am Sam, and I am so happy that you are here. Today, I'm taking you along with me for another What I Eat in a Day video. It is Tuesday, the week of Thanksgiving. I'm not sure when this video is being published, but I figure even if it's after Thanksgiving, it can be helpful for Christmas maybe. So Thanksgiving in the US is on Thursday. Today is Tuesday, and I'm just going to be doing a little bit of planning and prepping today and taking you along with me for what I'm eating. So I'm starting my morning off with some coffee. I put a little bit of this nut pod creamer in here. I saw it at the store, peppermint mocha almond coconut creamer. And I don't really use creamer that much. I like creamer sometimes, but I can easily make it into a habit where I'm like adding it every day, and then those little bits of calories add up over time. So I don't usually use creamer, but I was in the holiday spirit. So I got this creamer. It's 10 calories for a tablespoon. I only put like maybe a tablespoon and a half, maybe 2 tablespoons into this. And it's just enough to make it just like a little bit minty and feel like a little special. So I have that in there this morning. And for breakfast, I'm already back from my walk this morning. I prepped this before I left. It's pretty hot. This is just chocolate, berry oats once again. I have my cauliflower rice in there and quick oats, chocolate, protein, and a cherry berry blend of fruit. And this is pretty thick. I think I might give it a little splash of almond milk and maybe a little sprinkle of flax because I'm trying to make sure I include those healthy fats in there as well. And that's going to be my breakfast. So today's video is going to be very casual, as most of my videos are. I haven't really planned much, and I kind of just randomly decided to film this morning on a whim. So I have kind of a weird day. My kids have a half day for the holiday, so they'll be getting out early. I'm taking them to see Wicked 2, aka I'm going to see Wicked 2. They're coming along with me. So we're going to go see that tonight or this afternoon. So I'm excited about that. And I think I might go get my nails done, which is not a thing I normally do, but I think I'm going to go do it. I'm going to make my cranberry sauce today. Cranberry sauce is something I make for every single holiday. I have a recipe. I'll link it for you that I make, except this year I didn't get pears in time for them to ripen. So I'm using apples. I usually make a cranberry sauce, but this year I'm gonna make an apple one, which should be equally as delicious. So I'm gonna make that today because that can be made pretty early. As far as how the rest of my holiday goes, my mom is hosting. She does like the main stuff. It is an omnivore holiday, so there will be meat there. Obviously, I won't be eating those things. I am vegan, so I only eat vegan. But beyond that, we have like a main host making the main things, and then the siblings, we all bring in like different dishes to share and do like a potluck style like holiday, which I really enjoy because then I have control over what I'm bringing to the holiday. So I'm going to make sure that I have lots of veggies. I'm going to make sure I have like lots of potatoes, things to fill up on like I normally would. Now on the holidays, I don't go crazy trying to like track anything or stay on point or like do anything. It's a holiday. It's one day of the year. I focus on my normal base habits. I eat my potatoes, I eat my veggies, but I'm also going to eat some holiday food there too, because if something looks good and somebody made something vegan for me, why would I say no? I mean, maybe on a normal day, maybe I would skip something like that, but on a holiday, it's like a couple times a year this happens, and I'm going to enjoy my time. I'm not going to go crazy. I'm still going to eat like fill up on like my starches and my veggies like normal, but I'm also gonna probably have a slice of pie or like have some dip or like, you know, things like that. And then I'm gonna move on the next day because it's one day. I'm gonna enjoy it. I'm gonna enjoy the time with my family. I'm gonna enjoy any special foods that might be there, and then I'm gonna move on. As far as what I'm bringing to the holidays, I have my cranberry sauce. See if I can remember everything off the top of my head. I'm bringing my cranberry sauce. I am bringing stuffing. And it's not going to be like super whole food plant-based stuffing. I do have a pretty good recipe. I'll link any recipe that I mentioned down below for you so you can check it out. I do have like a healthier stuffing recipe on my blog, but this year I'm going to add a little bit of vegan butter to it because it's my husband's favorite side dish and he always looks forward to it. So I'm going to make him like a nice traditional style one, but vegan, of course. And then I'm going to make twice baked sweet potatoes, which I'm very excited about. I don't know if anybody else is going to eat these except for me, but I hope they do. I'm going to make what's the white sweet potato? A Japanese sweet potato. Stuffed one, the Chelsea May Cullen from Lean with Plants, she has like a stuffed Japanese sweet potato that I've made before. It's really good. So I'm going to make that. And it's going to be like a savory, veggie-filled, twice-baked sweet potato. But then I'm also going to make a sweet one to go with it. So I'm gonna do like an orange, basically like a sweet potato casserole. I don't have a recipe for this. I'm just thinking about it in my head. I'm gonna like bake sweet potatoes, orange sweet potatoes, and I'm gonna like mash them up with like cinnamon and make it basically like a twice baked sweet potato casserole potato. So I'm very excited. So I'll have a savory and like a sweet twice baked sweet potato. And then I'm gonna make a Thanksgiving soup from my ebook that just came out. I'm gonna make that. Is that everything? Cranberry sauce, stuffing, the sweet potatoes, and I'm gonna make some buffalo dip, which is also on my blog because we weren't gonna do appetizers this year, but my husband got a little sad. So I'm gonna make him some buffalo dip, and we'll have that with some like celery and crackers and stuff, and then we'll have a good spread. And for dessert, there's gonna be a bunch of not vegan desserts there, which is fine for me. I don't mind it, but I'm gonna bring a chocolate pie, which is my son's favorite. So it's like a pudding pie. I bought like a pre-made crust for it, so that's not whole food plant-based. The filling's made with like silken tofu and melted chocolate, and it's very good, and he likes it, and it's probably the only protein he's gonna end up eating that day. So I'll take a win where I can get one. So that's my plan for Thanksgiving. I'll put little like shots of it in here for you if I remember to take them. But that's basically how I go about my holiday planning. I'm gonna finish my oats. I'm gonna see if I can find a place to take me for a manicure, and then I'm gonna get on with my day. So I had about 20 minutes before my manicure appointment that I was able to get. So I came back home. I'm sipping on my creatine with some iced green tea, and I just threw together the cranberry sauce. It's currently cooking on the stove. Cranberry sauce is like the easiest thing to make, and it's so delicious. I usually make it with pears, but I didn't have any pears, so I used apples, and I did apple, orange, a little bit of cinnamon. I used maple syrup and agave to sweeten it. I basically just peel the apples, toss it into the pot with all the other ingredients, and give it a good stir, and then we're just gonna cook it for like 15-20 minutes. So I'm gonna cook it as long as I can before I have to leave, and then I will finish it up when I get back. Time to start thinking about lunch, and I had a really good kale salad yesterday that I think I'm gonna make a version of again today. I have this kale in my fridge that needs to get eaten, so that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna chop up a whole bunch of kale real small and massage in a little bit of salt and avocado, and then I'm gonna pair it with some air fried veggies, some squash. Yesterday I did butternut, but I have this delicata that needs to get eaten, so I'm gonna eat that delicata squash, and some lentils. So I have the zucchini and the onion in there, and I'm adding in the delicata that I just chopped up. I'm not going to season this or anything because I'll probably add stuff right on top into my bowl. So I'm just going to air fry this until everything's soft and cooked through. And then like in the last like 4 to 5-ish minutes, I'll toss in the bell pepper as well because I don't want that as cooked. All right, these look pretty good now. They're nice and like browned and soft inside. They cooked at 385 for about 15-ish minutes total. Now I'm gonna add the bell pepper. Lots and lots of non-starchy veggies in this lunch, which is great to keep me full and satisfied. I'm gonna pop this in the air fryer and go get my kids from the bus because it's half day. And then when I get back, I'll be able to just assemble it all together and dig it. I have the tiniest bit of pomegranates left. I'm just gonna throw that in there to get rid of them. And then I'm topping this salad with this Capital City Mambo Sauce, the end of the bottle probably. I really love this stuff. I buy it all the time. There's a mild and there's like a sweet hot version. I like them both. So this is gonna be kind of like my dressing, and I might add like a tiny dollop of homemade hummus if it feels like it still needs a little bit of moisture, but the avocado and the kale, just, it's so good. It probably won't even need it. We'll see. I don't know what it is about this salad, but it is so good. I'm gonna be making a version of this often. I'm gonna make sure I stock up on kale and squash going forward because like the sweet air fried squash and that like Mambo sauce as the dressing and the creamy like avocado just all together. So good. It didn't need the hummus. It was creamy enough just with the avocado and the Mambo sauce. Afternoon hot coffee I'm sipping on. And we're getting ready to head out to the movies. So this movie we're going to is a long one. So by the time we get back, it's going to be basically time to eat dinner. So it's going to be just a very quick thrown together meal today. I think I'm just going to do rice bowls to keep my life super easy. So I'm going to throw some rice in the rice cooker. And then I'm just going to throw together whatever I feel like when we get home. It's probably going to be like broccoli and some kind of protein like chickpeas or maybe tofu. It depends on how quick I want to throw it together. But this is going to be a very quick meal, throwing everything together, probably finding a sauce from my fridge, and everybody can add whatever types of toppings they like. But it's going to be simple, and it's going to be full of veggies, and it's going to have starches and have all the things it needs to have. So not every meal needs to be complicated, and this is going to show you how uncomplicated dinner is sometimes. This is what I ended up throwing together. I had a little bit of potatoes left over in my fridge, so I threw that on a plate with a little bit of brown rice and steamed broccoli. For the protein, I decided to open a can of chickpeas and warm it up a little bit, top it with celery and some green onions, and we're going buffalo for this one. So I used Frank's buffalo sauce and some of my tofu sour cream to make it a little bit creamy, and that was my complete dinner. For a little sweet treat in the evening, I pulled out one of my purple sweet potato creamies from the freezer and just popped that in the Ninja Creamy for a nice treat. I always make these and then forget what I put in them, but I know there is Hawaiian sweet potato and some vanilla protein and almond milk, and I think that's it. Thank you so much for joining me on this day. Make sure you hit that subscribe button so I'll see you in the next video. Bye!